Hello, this is the infamous Marianna Sangita, who you've been hearing about on the various podcasts all the time. She is an exceptionally talented musician, and she's also my niece. And this is not nepotism. She's just the only person that would work for the kind of money I can offer.
Στου ήλιου την Ανατολή είσαι ζωγραφισμένη κι ο γλάρος μες στη θάλασσα εσένα περιμένει.
Hello, Marianna.
Hello.
Welcome to this special little bit of Podyssey. Thank you for the theme tune. Everyone has been asking about it. So tell us a little bit about the song. Like, what is it and what does it say? What is the summary?
So the song is called το Margoudi και ο Alexandris, which are basically the names of girl and a boy. And it's from northern...
So Mary and Alexander,
Mary
basically.
and Alexander. And it is a 7/8 meter, odd meter. And it's from the northern part of Greece. And the story is about... So it's about this couple who they love each other and they really want to be together. But the neighborhood is gossiping about it, and Mary's mother, she tells her, I told you you're not allowed to be with him. And in the end she says, like, Mom, if you want you can beat me, I will always be with him.
I don't care.
I
will still go down to our courtyard and meet him at night.
Yes.
So yeah, this 7/8 measure is a really strange one in a lot of Greek folk music, isn't it?
It is a very common, actually, in Greek folk music.
But very uncommon anywhere else, is what I'm saying.
Yes, it's not common in the western part of the world. Like, in the western part of the world where kind of the origin of music is the kind of more classical, then you don't really have this kind of odd meters. But for Greek people, 7/8 is the same as, say, a waltz for someone.
Yeah. It's very common for Greek folk music, and the melody is meant to be a really, really old one.
Yeah, it's a folk tune, so we don't know how old it is, actually.
Yeah. Which is why I chose it as a sort of proxy for, because we think, knowing about the instruments that they had in ancient Greece, etc., we think that their music will have sounded a little bit like that polyphonic version that you do.
Yeah, most probably, I think, actually.
And now the polyphonic version itself of the song is completely you looping yourself, right? So tell me a little bit about how that worked, because that was basically just you in your bedroom, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's important to say that the version that I did, it's very not traditional.
Yes.
It's a traditional song in a non-traditional sound. So I just thought, because the harmony in that music, in general, a lot of Greek folk music, it's not so complicated harmonically. It's often very focused on the melody. So I thought that this song could work really well with looping, because if you're gonna do something complicated harmonically in looping, it's quite time consuming and you don't have the luxury of like looping something very big. So I thought, okay, I can loop, 8 meters. And then I can build on that. And because the chords don't really change, they don't have to change under this melody. So I can make something quite static. And then I can build upwards instead of like thinking horizontally.
Yeah. It's almost like what we call in Byzantine music, the iso, which is...
It's like a drone.
There's a constant droning in the background that acts both as sort of accompaniment, but also as percussion.
Yes.
It has this strange dual role.
Yeah, it is the role of a drone for sure. What I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing. So it's live. Everything is live. It's recorded live. So
yeah. And so we will link to the video, which we'll put up. So I'll include a little extract in this, but we will link to the full video so that people can see exactly how you build up the rhythm, because I find it really fascinating how you start with one and then add another and then add another, add another. It's like layering a lasagna. Are you feeling inspired to just give us 2 lines of how the thing would sound normally if you were singing it like a folk song?
Just the
without
melody, you mean?
Yeah, just the melody. Am I putting you on the spot?
Alexandris, τον Margoudi και Alexandris βγαίνουν στην αυλή κρύφα κρύφα βγαίνουν στην αυλή κρύφα κρύφα. And then you have, normally you have like between every verse there is an instrumental part. That goes twice.
Gorgeous. And then I've also used other, because you collaborate with a lot of musicians. I think you're part of maybe 4 or 5 schemes right now. And it's always like that. You're always part of various schemes from jazz to folk. And so I've used a different collaboration that you did on the song Glaros in the Narcissus episode. Then I used a collaboration you did with your father on the album Thalassa. That's the lament, the La Fina lament that I used in the Orpheus episode. And we'll put links of all that in the notes. And now in the next episode coming up, you feature quite prominently because there is this song that you did in collaboration with another artist called Kori, which means both daughter, but it's the ancient Greek word for any young woman. And actually, it's the word that they use to describe Persephone, who is the subject of the next episode. So tell us a little about that collaboration, the On collaboration, because you've got a mini album out, don't you? Like a 5-track mini album called TMI.
TMI. On is a collaboration between me and the Spanish Valencian musician called Efren Lopez Sanz. We met in Crete in 2019. I was in one of his seminars. He's an incredible musician. He has studied he is very prominent in many styles, but he is very prominent in early music. And he also has studied in a very deep way Eastern Makam music. So it's like music from Turkey, Ottoman classical music. And also Greek music. He has lived in Crete, he has lived in Thessaloniki, and he plays most string instruments from the eastern part of the world. He plays an instrument called oud, he plays an instrument called saz, he plays the hurdy-gurdy, which is an instrument from the Middle Age, medieval instrument, sorry. And he's in general a multi-instrumentalist who plays many, many, many instruments. His main instrument was the guitar, but now he plays everything else. And during COVID, he's the kind of musician that I would love to work with. He works with people like Jordi Savall, if you know. And he's so busy, so it was impossible to do anything with him. But during COVID, he was suddenly at home. So then I took a chance and I asked him, do you have any stuff that you didn't use? Do you have any ideas that you didn't use for anything? Could you please send me something, and then I can send you, and then maybe we can do something together. And that was the beginning. And then that was a collaboration that became that EP. And actually the song Gori was a song that I wrote in his seminar. He gave us a task to write a song in 5/8, which is the meter of Gori. And I wrote this melody. And we played it in the class. And he said, I think this could work as a song. And then when we started collaborating, we actually worked on building that together. So I made some melodies on some of his ideas. He took some of mine ideas, and that's how we weave together the EP. And we are called On because first of all, the EP is called TMI, which means too much information, because the dogma of that project was never to say no to anything. So any idea that we had, we just had to do.
Yeah.
And the name On is like a word play with different meanings. So it's on in English because we are both very on. And then it's the word for being in Greek. The word on means being in Greek. And our collaboration is definitely like its own being. So we thought that we could be the perfect name.
Oh, lovely. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's new information to me too.
And
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. So that song, Kori, the lyrics have to do with my grandma. It's a story of a girl sitting and weaving. And somehow someone is asking her to, girl, you're sitting and weaving. Can you please also weave me into your piece?
Gorgeous. So let's listen to a little bit of that now. And again, I will put the link to that in the show notes for people who want to hear the other tracks and the full track of Cory, of course. And I guess all that remains is to ask about the Quiet Riot theme, which has been very controversial. Like, I love the fact that it's quite offbeat, it's quite Scandi in some ways. Like the tempo is a contra tempo, so it kind of, the beat goes slightly against where the emphasis would be if you were counting the meter, which I really love. But it's fair to say that not everyone got it instantly, but it's now become a real identifying element of the Quiet Riot podcast. Like, everyone whispers it to me wherever they see me. They come up to me and they go, Quiet Riot. And someone sent me a video of their baby, less than a year and a half, sitting in their high chair, sort of eating. And they say to the baby, do, 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 do. And the baby goes, that's become like his little party trick, which is the most adorable thing ever. So thank you for your help with these projects and your continuing help with these projects, because obviously there's a lot more Greekness coming up, and I'm lucky enough to have access to little scraps of material that are unfinished things, but they're great for what I need them for. And I'm sure everyone would like to join me in thanking you, and we'll go and download the full track and enjoy it, because they've been pestering me 4 days. So you will put that on your channel, and all the links will be underneath for people to go and see how you build that up, because it's really quite extraordinary. So Marianna Sangita, thank you.
Thank you,
My lovely
Alexandris.
niece, my gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Thank you.